Yes. Peace, everybody coming in the room. Welcome out. We have a beautiful Sunday. On my way to the beach. Hopefully it's sunny at the beach. Beautiful day so far. Finally got some rain after a couple days of being sunny. Randy, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, stop with that shit. Stop. Granny, look, Granny, whatever decision I make, I don't give a fuck what you think about it. So stop, get out of my fucking inbox, stop sending me shit. I don't care about your opinion, okay? I'm gonna do what I believe is best, alright? Stop, like, go get a life. Go develop your own philosophy on life. Go teach people what you believe. Don't come up in here trying to start shit over here and bringing your fear, okay? Having a beautiful day. I don't need your energy in here, alright? Like, that shit is crazy. Like, you just, that's all you can see in this reality. You can't see your own shortcomings. You can't see your own growth that you need to work on. But you damn sure will see everybody else's shit. No, Granny, because I ain't your friend. Like, I know why you message me. I know why you support me. I know why a lot of people support me or pretend to support me. But you're going to see that the more I teach what I really believe, they're going to fall through the wayside because they really don't support me. They really don't fuck with me. They just fuck with me as a means to end somebody else's career or end somebody else's what they're doing. Not really because they gravitate towards me, but they're really just trying to, if in their mind, if I succeed, it'll be like Carbonation didn't, okay? And that's the only reason why they're here. So, because it ain't real. What you guys fail to understand, it's not real. It's not authentic. If it was real, you would be doing the same shit I'm doing. You would be out here teaching. You would be out here trying to live a better life and trying to understand yourself and put yourself out there and teach people what it looks like to grow. If it was real, that's what it would be. You wouldn't hide behind these troll accounts. You wouldn't do that. Like, nobody that's spiritually on that journey will do that. Some of y'all got 3 or 4 accounts. Like, really? Like, you fake as fuck. You fake. You're not a real human, authentic, real, raw person. And I could never connect with you on any level because you're not living a real life. You're living a sub-life. You're living something other than that. And you got these accounts because you can't be real in your first account. You can't be authentic in the account that you got your family linked up to. You can't even show your family what you really believe in because you know they don't fuck with it and you're scared to put yourself out there and be who you truly are. See? And that's why I had to expose Granny because now we're going to see what Granny really thinks. Okay, she's saying I'm not a real man now. See, it's fake. It's not real because if she was real, if this person was really supporting me, they will continue to support even no matter what I said, even if I called them out, even if no matter what. But look, their opinion of me is changing now. Their opinion of me is circumstantial if I do what they say that I should do. Otherwise, you're not this. Otherwise, you're that. Fuck that. I'm not going to be a slave to anybody's perception. I'm not going to be a slave to anybody's opinion. Yeah, I am exposing myself. I'm exposing... Hell yeah, let me expose myself. I would love to expose myself. Let me show myself who I am. I don't want to hide anything from myself. I am exposing myself. A real man takes care of his responsibility. See, like, okay, come on, grannies. Vent everything you feel about me. Because I really don't fuck with anybody who don't fuck with me for who I really am. Who's just fucking with me as a means to disempower somebody else or as a means to bring somebody else down. I'm not on that because I'm focused on what I believe in, what I really want out of life. I'm focused on my own growth. If you're not, then you're wasting your time. I'm telling you, you're wasting your time in energy, you putting food into your body every single day just so that you can power yourself to go put somebody else down, to go clip somebody else's video and talk shit about them, to go put these comments and these like I got demons in my DMs, like they're trying to tell me to do shit, and like really they're a nuisance. They're trying to tell me to do shit, but really they're a nuisance because they're just trying to give me their 2 cents. But I don't want their 2 cents because their 2 cents is coming from a distorted perspective because they ain't even experienced the life that I'm in. You could have got joint custody. Like, see, that's the world you operating from, and I understand that, but I'm in a different reality. This is different. Like, it's a different plane, it's a different level of existence, different understanding of the world. You're talking about the laws, and yeah, you're going to tell me about, educate me about the laws of that system. Like, I don't care about the laws of that system. I don't give one single fuck about the laws. People tell me, neighbor the other day was like, I was burning fire. He's like, oh, you're not supposed to do that, it's illegal. I don't, like, that doesn't motivate me one bit. The man-made laws, like that, I don't feel nothing in my heart that's like, oh shit, I shouldn't do that because of the law. I have my own compass that I have certain guidance from, which are morals, principles, ethics, in a belief system in nature. That's the law that I follow, that I abide by. That's what really gravitates towards me. If I throw a piece of plastic on the ground or I throw some trash on the ground, I feel some type of way about that. Now, it might not even be illegal in certain places, but I still feel some type of way about that because that's where I'm operating from. Not necessarily what's legal or what's illegal, is what is in tune with nature. Like, you don't care about that, so it's cool. You care about the man-made laws, you're trying to have a career, you're thinking you're doing good in the world because you see these people on social media and you're trying to become a part of it. Low-key, you want to be part of it. You want to be part of what this got going on. And the only thing that you know in your reality to be a part of this is to come at it from that angle, from the hate, from the troll, because you have nothing of substance to give. If you had anything of substance to give, you would have your own platform. You would be teaching people, or you would have a following, or you would have something going on in your life to the point where you wouldn't even exist in here. You would be like so focused on yourself, but because you don't have nothing of value to offer to the world, you can't even articulate it in any way through arts, through music, through pictures. There's nothing that you're adding of value to the world, so you sit here and try to disempower other people who are trying to add value. Like, okay, like, nah, like, I don't fuck with that, and I'm exposed that every single time. I'm not your friend, okay? I don't care how many times you come up with my DM. I don't care how many messages you send me from all the different accounts. I'm not your friend. We don't see eye to eye when it comes to the real issues and shit. And the more I talk about it, the more I'm gonna see who's really fucking with me. The more I'm gonna see who's really real. Because I know right now it's so foggy, it's so murky because there's so much people who coming over here for the wrong reasons. And when I'm speaking, I have my own message. I have my own knowledge to share with the world. And half of the people that pretend to fuck with me, when they really figure out and find out what that is, they're gonna realize it's not what they believe in, and they're gonna fall through the wayside. And then they might even talk shit about me. I don't know. I don't care. At this point, all I care about is being authentic and real with myself. And the more I do that, the more I continue to put authenticity out into the world. And I don't care. You can criticize me. You can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you here watching in my live. I'm not in your live watching. You try to send me lives. You try to send me other people's lives. I don't care. I'm not trying to watch anybody else. The reason y'all are here, if you're not here for the knowledge, if you're not here to receive some enlightenment, or just even, fuck it, not even enlightenment, don't even call it enlightenment, maybe just a different perspective, maybe something that could add value to your life. Maybe if you change the way you eat a little bit, it don't matter if you start just seeing eating organic or going to the farmer's market, cool, like even if I did that for you, like that would be something positive. But if you here waiting on me to talk shit about somebody, or waiting for me to just throw stones at somebody or cast somebody down, that's all that fuels you, realize, ask yourself, why is that the only thing that fuels me? Why don't I feel like good about when he's teaching about things, about getting back to nature, bettering my health, working out, eating better food? Why doesn't that motivate me? But shit, when he starts talking about people, damn, then the room is lit. Then the room got 100 people in it. But when he's not, I don't know. It's just like he's saying stuff. It's cute. It's about nature, but I don't really care about that stuff. I just want to know the drama. I just talk about fate. Talk about carbonation. So, you know, what happened to your son? Like, what, you gonna letting him go? Oh my God! Like, what the fuck? Like we don't care about the knowledge. We just want to know what's gonna happen. Like, that's crazy. So, if you're talking shit about me right now in this room, but you're in the live, reflect on yourself. What does that say about you? You're in somebody's room who you don't agree with. Now you're finding out that it's coming to the light that he don't fuck with you on the merit of what you fuck with him, because you don't fuck with him truly. You don't care about the baby. You don't care about Zen. You don't even know Zen. You don't even have that intimate relationship. You just see something on your screen, and you have feelings inside of your body based on your own perception of what the situation is that you don't even truly clearly understand. You don't clearly understand it because you're not here. You're not intimately involved. I have a direct connection through genetics, through DNA, that you will never truly understand. You're only looking at it from a fear tactic perspective. You're only looking at it from dissolving somebody else's, what they got going on perspective. You don't really care about Zen. You don't really care about children all over the world. You truly only care and can care about what's around you. You're intimately connected to you. You want to care about it because people want to come off like they care about humanity and they care about the whole world. The truth of the matter is everybody's selfish. They only care about themselves and what's intimately around them because it affects themselves. Everything else they don't truly care about. Everything we do is selfish. We try to help people, but it's from a selfish intent because we want to make ourselves feel better. So when it's moment you're trying to help a child because you believe that it will make you feel better about yourself because that's what you believe is the right thing, but you don't really care. You don't really care. People don't really care. That's why they call the police to come take the child, child protective services to come investigate, because they would rather have that child in a society, in a civilization that is completely disconnected, that's going to vaccinate him, that's going to indoctrinate him into a mental state that is far from what he really truly is, that's going to disconnect him and separate him from the true essence of what he is. People would rather have that 100% than he be out here in nature completely in tune with the environment, relying on nature and connected to the source. They don't want that because it scares them, because they don't have that relationship and it's foreign to them. Therefore, they don't want it for anybody else. They don't want to see that succeed. They want to see the system succeed because it's what gives them comfort and safety. Anything outside of that, they'll talk trash on. Anybody who's trying to be outside of that, they'll talk trash on. They'll call us child protective services. They'd rather have that child away from his parents, away from what all it knows, all it's ever known his whole life. I've been with Zane every single day, pretty much, since he was born. In the hospital, no hospitals, actually. When he was born, when he came out the womb, I was right there. I was there since the beginning, every single day. You weren't. You just been seeing little clips of it throughout the internet. And you over here trying to give me your opinion. I'm analyzing the situation. I'm studying the situation more intimately than you could ever understand. So for you to try to give me advice based off your perception, I know where you operate from. I know the fear level that you operate from. I know the misunderstanding and distortion that you've been put into your mind. It's not real. It's not really real because most of y'all believe that children should be born in hospitals. I don't. Okay? I don't want people around me who believe in the structure of the medical system that's only telling people and showing people to be fucking pretty much on the rat wheel for a lifetime, on medication, on vaccines. I don't believe in that. So if you don't believe in that, or if you do believe in that, then we're already not in accordance. So it don't matter if you're trying to save my son or if you care about my son. We don't even agree on the foundation. On a foundational tip, we don't even see life eye to eye. So it's like you trying to care for a child in the Amazon because his family believes in living in tune with nature, and that's all they know, and that's what the path that they're on. But you over here looking at it from your perspective. Well, that's what America does. They go into Africa. We gotta vaccinate these kids. These poor African kids. They're out here with no vaccinations. Shit. Well, we we got to pump them full of vaccines, and we got to pump them full of all these synthetic shit and give them fake foods like Coca-Cola. Like, damn, it's sad. Like, no, you just got to let them be, and let them be in their environment and be able to use their environment to thrive. Because your mind is distorted, because you've been trained now, unless you're in a beautiful little building with air conditioning and you got chlorinated water and you got a grocery stores, that's the only way you can survive. What? You got to still out in nature? Like, no, let's come save you. We want to save you from yourselves because you don't have it as good as we do. Even though we're dying early and prematurely and everybody's miserable and nobody's living in their purpose, you got to come over here. We've got the answers figured out. But that's bullshit. You don't. That's why nobody's happy, nobody's living in their purpose, everybody's miserable, everybody's on the internet looking for people who do live their purpose, looking for people who do have something to offer to the world, because everybody is just fucking bored out of their minds and they're just lost in this world. They have no compass, no elders to teach them a certain way of life that's actually replicatable throughout many generations. That shit has been lost through the wayside, and now we trying to reclaim that shit back and make sure that we have something to give the next generation, and you over here trying to stop that. You a demon to civilization, you're a parasite to civilization, because you're not allowing us to reclaim that ancestral power that we've always had. You want that shit to slip through the wayside, and you want science to give you your latest development on how to survive in the world. You're hoping that this system is going to find the answers to everything, find the answers to aging, but they're not going to tell you that you're supposed to fucking die. You're supposed to be part of a natural cycle of life. That's just the way the skull, this body returns to the soil, and then a new soul will come and spring from the soil that your body used to be a part of, and that process will recycle all itself all over again. They don't want to tell you that. They want to instead, they want to make this body live forever in this form, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not the way nature has ordained it, but that's what they're trying to convince you of. Immortality, biological immortality. In the future, nobody has to die. We don't have to suffer anymore. It's not suffering because you don't have an elder that has given you the right perspective on life. That's why you suffer. You don't suffer because life is suffering. You suffer because your perspective is lacking in the knowledge and the wisdom that's supposed to be given to you by an elder, somebody with much more experience of life who's been through it. But because nobody in this generation has been through anything relevant, or they've been too busy working jobs, they've been too busy trying to fucking raise nuclear families, they don't have the support of a strong community, that they don't even know what the fuck this is at age 65. They're still trying to figure that shit out. They're still trying to figure out what they were born into. Meanwhile, every other culture and civilization that has existed already knew what the fuck their purpose was. They walked into this shit and they were given a purpose and they embodied it and embraced it. By the time they were men, they came into their manhood, they went through their rites of passage, they went through their trials, and they were already indoctrinated with the divine knowledge, with the original raw truth of life, not this domesticated truth of life. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of y'all, because what you're telling me and the advice you're offering me is coming from a distorted perspective, and you're trying to come at me for fear. You said we couldn't have a child without a doctor. You said we couldn't have a child without, all these drugs and medications. We did that shit. No hospital. Ain't never been to a hospital. Ain't never seen a doctor. We ain't never had no doctor check him up. We know he's healthy. He ain't never been sick. Okay, we know that he's doing fine because we're in tune with nature, because we believe and we trust in the natural order of things. And you will never understand that until you let go of the fear, until you let go of the programming that has been so much instilled into you. You can't even fathom that that's possible. You'd like to imagine it, but when you try to even go out and execute it, you still relapse. You still relapsing, at last minute, gotta go to the hospital or whatever. No, I believe to the death of me, to the every last cell, that the way I'm moving towards and what I'm living and being in tune with nature, that's the original way, and I'm willing to live and to die for it. I'm willing to embrace the cycle of life fully 360. That's the difference between me and y'all. Y'all is just talking and y'all is just online controversial. No, I'm actually in a spiritual relationship, an intimate relationship with this path. That's the difference that I'm really trying to get it and I'm really trying to embrace it. That's why I don't have time to criticize others. I don't have time to troll on other people's account. This download was supposed to be about evolution versus devolution, evolving versus devolving. People say, oh yeah, you don't look to the ancestors because we moved on for that. We're evolving. No the fuck we're not. People are more unsatisfied, they're more unhappy and unfulfilled now than they ever been because they don't know who they are, they don't know what their purpose is, and they don't even have any touch or connection to source, to nature, to the original matrix of life, okay? And if you think that we're evolving, then you dumb as fuck, because I really can't look out into this world and see that we're progressing. Because the moment you lose touch with what gives you life, the moment you lose touch with the source that provides everything for you in your existence, you are being disrespectful. You are dishonoring and disrespecting what gives you life by not even being connected or wanting to be connected to it. That's dishonorable to the earth. That's dishonorable to yourself, and that's why you suffer, because until you appreciate and learn to acknowledge where everything comes from, then you can at least have a sound foundation to build anything on. And the reason our technologies fuck us up and kill us is because we lost that connection. And the people who are creating these technologies, they don't think about the repercussions on human health. They don't think about the repercussions on the environment. That's the last thing they think about. That's some shit that comes out 10 years later where people are like, yeah, by the way, that cell phone caused cancer. Well, why didn't they think about that when they first made it? Because they're not connected to source. They're not connected to nature. So they can never build anything that's conducive to the natural order of things. They can only create more and more of what they already are, which is destructive, disconnected, and dysfunctional. Okay? So that's why I'm saying we're not evolving. I don't see any evolution in this. I only see the disconnection further and further from the truth. People, the new thing is they're trying to go to Mars. How more disconnected could you be than trying to escape the planet that you came here to experience? It's like you trying to flee and run away from the experience that you came here and you're supposed to have by going to another planet. Because you fucked up this planet so bad that it's not, you think it's not even inhabitable. But might not even make it. Shit, plan B, like let's just go to another planet. That's the same mindset. That's the same mindset that I'm talking about that people are saying that we're evolving into. Now, that's not evolution. That's devolution. That's regressing in your connection to the earth, in your connection to the spiritual aspect of it. We're not, because everything is for profit. Everything, these so-called evolutional advancements, they're all for profit, and they're all to run away from oneself. If we did figure out how to make people live forever, that shit is not evolution. That shit is crazy. That shit is a fucking nightmare. Imagine everybody living forever in this form, and people just keep being born. Like, that's not natural. That's not the natural order of things. This body is a fucking spacesuit out here in Earth. It's an Earth suit. And when this Earth suit is learned its lessons through the soul that is experiencing it, it goes back to the soil. Perfect. And other things, plants, other animals, other organisms grow out of that. That's genius. That's perfect. That's a closed cycle. It's a closed loop, and it can go on infinitely. But when you fucking remove that part of the last part where you recycle back and you make that stretch infinitely, that's not sustainable. That's not a closed loop system. That's not nature. Anything in nature can sustain itself infinitely. So that's what we need to go towards. Things that are sustainable long-term, generationally, infinitely. Not things that are only short-term sustainable, because we don't even know the repercussions of what we're doing. Like, look at all this. All these cars, all these people, all these buildings, all this shit is an experiment, okay? It ain't real. You think it's real because it's all you've ever known, but in the timeline of humanity, it's nothing but a sliver in our reality, and we truly don't understand or even know the repercussions or even want to understand what the fuck this is really doing to the earth or how it's even going to pan out. We don't understand. So until you realize that, you realize that this is all an experiment. And it could only go but one way. When you're not in tune with nature, when you're not in tune with the cycle, when you're not living sustainable, it could only go but one way. And that's the collapse. it's going to have to collapse. Civilizations collapse because they erode the topsoil, they destroy their environment, and they make it non-habitable for the large amount of populations that they constantly conjure up. That's what Egypt did. That's what Greece did. That's what all these Mesopotamia, that's what Babylon, all these civilizations always throughout time have done. It's the same cycle that we would keep repeating and think that it's going to work out better this time. But no, I'm telling you, when you lose your connection to what gives you life and you stop honoring and respecting that, you will not live. You will not succeed in that. You will perish. It's common sense. You have to honor where everything comes from, where all these materials come from. You keep plundering the earth, taking from the earth. That's a mindset. That's a parasite. And that's how you think, that's how you live, and that's how you want to live. I'm not your friend. I don't associate with you. I don't fuck with you. And we're not on the same tip. So, I had to say that because it's necessary that I distinguish myself from that which is harming the planet. I'm not looking to be a part of this. Yes, I'm here, I'm driving a car, there's a gas station right there. But my intent and what I'm putting out into the world and what I'm moving towards is nature, is a natural way of living, it's self-sustainable. Yeah. So, you could criticize all you want, but at least I'm making an effort. At least I'm out here trying. At least I'm out here teaching and connecting in more ways than the people criticizing are. And I guarantee you on that. And if you want to come and debate that, that's cool. But I really got no time for that, man. I'm just too focused. I just came here to share with y'all a message today specifically about evolving. You know, evolution is moving closer to nature, is moving closer to the source of what you are. That's when you really become God. That's when you really become enlightened and you come into your highest form, is when you tap into that infinite cycle and you become a part of that and you integrate that. Once you take yourself out of that, then you screwed. It's a short-term gratification, but it's not long-term sustainable. All of this is nice to experience. Yeah, we experience it in a moment and we enjoy it, but it's not sustainable. It's just a short-term gratification, and that's what we're being trained and indoctrinated. That's why we got Instagram, we got the mini clips, and everything's getting shorter and shorter because our attention span is very short-lived. We don't have the patience that we used to. Before, when you were in nature, you would have to wait for the trees to bear fruit. You would have to wait for the season of the tree. You couldn't just go out and pick anything anytime. You know, if you're out fishing, shit, you might be out there all day to get one fish. But you gotta have patience. Now you can just go to the grocery store and get it. We lost that touch. But that touch, that patience made everything worthwhile. It just gave you more gratification when you did get that thing. When you did experience it, you experienced it on a level that you can't experience now from going to the grocery store and seeing the same fruit every day, all day, year round there at the grocery store. No, now when you got apples or you got oranges in nature and you waited all fucking year long for that shit to turn green, to turn orange and to mature, then you truly experience it. Then you truly bite into that organic fruit and you truly experience, what you're supposed to experience. You won't be able to experience it otherwise. You won't. You're gonna take it for granted. It's gonna just be like whatever because you always have access to it. It's always there. So, that's what I believe, and I'm sharing what I believe, and I really, really, I'm not being facetious or nothing, but if you don't fuck with it, you shouldn't be here. You should not be in this room because it's not conducive for you in your life and what you want out of life. I know all you care about is my social aspect and my situation with the relationship and the child, but that's not enough. There's plenty of relationships out there. There's plenty of people out there who are going through similar things as me. If you want to become a part of that and help people like that, you can go help them and integrate with them. Go jump in their DM. There's plenty of celebrities that are dealing with similar kind of issues. I'm not looking for somebody who's going to be in my DMs giving me advice that's unsolicited, okay? So that's how I look at it, man. That's how I look at it. So that's what it is. If you got offended, maybe a good thing, maybe you could reflect on that part of yourself. But I'm reflecting. Thank you for that comment. Thank you for coming to my live and coming with that energy of worrying about things that you shouldn't be worrying about, because it allowed me to expose part of myself that I was holding back, which was people coming at me to talk about a situation that I feel like they have no, responsibility or no, they have no right just being a part of it, because it's just an illusion. It's just you're seeing it through your phone and you're conjuring up the situation, but it ain't real. I'm about to go in. And so what you should be worried about is the important things, which is going to uplift you and help you in your own day-to-day life. That's really what you should be worried about. And I'm about to go in the store and get some water, because I'm about to go to the beach and enjoy this beautiful day. So that is what it is. If you think I'm evil, then okay, that says everything about you. What do you see in the world? If you see somebody sharing positivity, sharing about nature, and you see that as evil, then that's on you. And if you see somebody out here, telling you should vaccinate your kid or you should put him in the hospital, in the school system, all of that, that's on you. Like, that's not what I believe in. If you see what I'm doing is evil, even though we've done it since the beginning of time, it's the most purest thing that you could possibly tap into, then there's something wrong with you. That's what I believe, okay? This is pure nature. This is organic truth of life. And everybody got to recognize that at some point in their life, all right? So, you guys have a beautiful day. Peace. Oh, look who decided to join the pack, huh? Random puppy. Okay, he's gonna walk with us. Let's do it. Let's get it. That's Sam, by the way. Introduce yourself. Zan's not very friendly. He doesn't like new energy around him, to be honest, so don't take it personal, puppy. That's just how he is. He's very skeptical about new people in his reality. So okay, come through. Come through, little puppy. Little pepperoni. Okay. This is a little puppy. I was just walking by his house and the puppy just came out of the yard and started following us. I stood there for a minute to see if the owner would come out or if he'd go back, but apparently he needs some exercise. So he's following us. So hopefully on the way back we'll be able to return him to his owner if he follows us the whole way. Oh. He's in. He's like, get away! I don't fucking. He does not like new energy. Like, even if it don't matter.